Let me ask you something. The last thing you bought online, did you decide to buy it? Or did someone decide for you? Because here's what nobody's telling you. Every convenient payment option, every just 4 easy payments, every time you see pay with one click, that's not innovation. That's manipulation. Financial manipulation so sophisticated, you think the decision was yours. Welcome to the invisible architecture of embedded finance, where the real product isn't the loan, the payment plan, or the app. The real product is your behavior. And business is booming. This is Financial Point IQ. And today, we're reverse engineering the exact psychological tactics that make you spend money you don't have. Stay until the end, because I'm going to show you how to recognize when your brain is being hacked and how to stop it. Picture this. You're buying a $200 jacket. You reach the checkout page, and suddenly you see options. Pay in full. Ouch, $200 right now. Pay in 4 installments. Oh, just $50 today. Financing available, $17 a month for 12 months. One-click Apple Pay. Done before you think. Here's what's happening in your brain. Your rational mind sees $200 and feels pain, literally. fMRI studies show that spending money activates the same neural regions as physical pain. But $50? $17? That pain disappears. So here's the uncomfortable truth. That choice, that empowering moment where you picked the payment plan, wasn't a choice. It was a response to engineered pain avoidance. The options were designed to make one answer feel right, and you fell for it. Don't feel bad. So did I. So did 127 million Americans using Buy Now, Pay Later in 2025.
Because this isn't about intelligence. It's about neuroscience.
Dr. Robert Cialdini, the godfather of influence psychology, calls this choice architecture, arranging options so that one path becomes the path of least resistance. Read that again. You're not deciding. You're responding. Let me show you the exact playbook they're using. I call it the payment painkiller strategy. 4 techniques designed to make spending feel painless. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. Tactic 1, temporal reframing. They don't show you the total cost. They show you the monthly cost. $17 sounds manageable. But you just agreed to $247 for a $200 jacket. That's a 23% markup. Except your brain never did that math because it was too busy feeling relief that you only pay $17 today. This exploits what Daniel Kahneman calls hyperbolic discounting. Your brain values immediate rewards over future costs. The $17 today feels real. The $247 over 12 months feels abstract. Tactic 2, frictionless execution. Apple Pay, Google Pay, one-click checkout. They remove the pause. That critical moment where you reconsider, where you think, do I really need this? Deleted. Because friction creates reflection, and reflection kills impulse purchases. Amazon's one-click patent, which expired in 2017, was estimated to generate an extra $2.4 billion in revenue annually. Not because people wanted more stuff, because the buy button was closer to their impulse than their judgment.
Your willpower didn't lose. It never got a chance to compete.
Tactic 3, social proof injection. Join 2 million happy customers. 15 people are viewing this right now. Bestseller. This is Cialdini 101. We assume that if thousands of people are doing it, it must be the right decision. So when Klarna says 2 million shoppers chose to pay in 4, your brain interprets that as validation. Pablo Flores, MasterCard Chief Digital Officer. The pace of adoption for embedded payments is something else, because of network effects and social proof. Translation? It spreads because people see other people using it. Not because it's good for them. Because it looks normal. Tactic 4, and this is the darkest one, gamification of debt. Apps that give you badges for making payments on time. Progress bars showing how close you are to unlocking higher credit limits. Reward points for using their financing. They turned debt into a video game, and your brain, wired for achievement and dopamine hits, treats it like one. Nir Eyal, author of Hooked, explains that variable rewards, like points, badges, surprises, create the same dopamine loop as slot machines. You're not managing debt. You're playing a game designed to keep you in debt longer. Because the longer you play, the more interest they collect. Okay, so they manipulate you into spending. That's capitalism, right? Ads have always been manipulative. But here's where it gets different. These aren't just ads, they're financial relationships. And every swipe, every installment, every micro decision is being recorded, analyzed, and weaponized against your future self. Let me paint a picture. You use Klarna to buy sneakers, Afterpay for a couch, Affirm for a Peloton. In your mind, these are separate small decisions. But starting in 2025, buy now, pay later companies are reporting to credit bureaus. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they're all getting the data. So here's what's happening. You think you have $0 debt because these aren't credit cards. But the system now sees you carrying $4,000 in open installment loans. Your credit score drops. Not because you missed payments, because you used convenient financing. And now, when you apply for a mortgage, a car loan, even an apartment, you're classified as high risk. TransUnion reported that 43% of BNPL users have subprime credit scores, not because they're financially irresponsible, because the product itself signals risk. But wait, there's another layer. Because embedded finance doesn't just track what you buy, it tracks how you decide, how long you hesitated before clicking buy, whether you compared prices, if you abandoned your cart and came back, what time of day you're most impulsive. They're not just offering you payment options, they're A/B testing your weaknesses. And when they find the pattern that makes you spend, they sell that insight. To insurance companies, to lenders, to employers running background checks. Your spending behavior becomes your identity. Now here's where this gets genuinely dystopian. Everything I've described, the manipulation, the tracking, the optimization, is done by humans right now. Designers, marketers, data analysts. But in 2026, we're entering the era of agentic AI. And these bots don't just analyze your behavior, they predict and execute it. Imagine, it's 2 a.m., you're asleep. Your AI shopping agent, which you authorize to find deals, is awake. It knows you've been looking at gaming laptops for 3 weeks. It knows your budget is $1,200. It knows you get paid on Friday. It finds one on sale for $1,400, 30% off, limited stock. Your budget says no. But the AI knows something you don't. It knows that $117 per month is within your payment comfort zone, calculated from your previous Klarna purchases. It knows the laptop will sell out by morning, so it makes the decision for you. You wake up. You own a laptop. You owe $1,404, plus interest. And technically, you authorized it. Now I know what you're thinking. Really? Let me ask you something. If you weren't deeply familiar with these manipulation tactics until right now, watching this video, why do you think you'd resist them when they're packaged as convenience? You didn't resist Apple Pay. You didn't resist one-click checkout. You didn't resist Pay in 4. You thought those were just helpful features. So here's the uncomfortable truth. You already have AI agents making decisions for you. They're just not called that yet. Every recommended for you product you bought, algorithm. Every time Amazon showed you a higher price because it detected you'd buy it anyway, AI. Every targeted ad that appeared right after you mentioned something out loud, learning model. You're not too smart for AI agents. You're already using them. You just didn't call them that. And that is exactly how they'll sell you the next version. Personal assistant, smart recommendations, optimized for your preferences. Same manipulation, prettier packaging. But now you know, and you can't unknow it. So when they offer you that personal shopping AI, and they will, you'll ask the right question.
Tevye Segovia, Bain & Company. You'll see messages like, "You used this payment method last time. Would you like to use it again?" But with AI agents, there won't be a question. It'll just execute based on learned preference.
Learned preference. Love that phrase. It means the AI watched you make impulsive decisions before, and now it makes them automatically. And here's the kicker. AI agents won't just buy big things. They'll buy everything. MasterCard's Chief Digital Officer, Pablo Flores, says AI agents will use stablecoins for micropayments, buying API access, cloud storage, premium features at fractions of a cent. Translation: your AI agent will spend money hundreds of times per day, in amounts too small for you to notice, until you check your statement. So answer me this. If an AI agent makes purchases you authorized but didn't consciously decide on, who's really in control of your money? You, or the algorithm optimizing for someone else's profit? All right, enough doom. You didn't click this video to feel helpless. You're here because you want to make informed decisions. So let's reverse engineer the manipulation and build your defense. Defense 1, the 24-hour rule. If a purchase offers one-click or instant approval financing, deliberately create friction. Add it to your cart, close the tab, walk away. If you still want it tomorrow, and can explain why it's worth the total cost including interest, then buy it. This exploits the same psychology they use against you. Your brain's impulse center, the limbic system, operates in seconds. Your prefrontal cortex, rational judgment, needs minutes to hours. Give it time to catch up. Defense 2, always calculate the full cost, including interest and fees. When you see $17 per month, immediately multiply by the total months, then add the APR. Compare that to the original price. If you're paying more than 10% above the original price, you're being robbed. Doesn't matter how convenient it feels. Defense 3, disable one-click checkout. Yes, it's convenient. That's the problem. Force yourself to manually enter card details every time. It adds 90 seconds of friction, which means 90 seconds for your brain to ask, do I actually need this? Studies show that friction reduces impulse purchases by 30 to 40%. Those 90 seconds are worth thousands of dollars per year. Defense 4, track every buy now, pay later loan like it's a credit card. Open a spreadsheet. List every BNPL service you've used. Add up the total you owe. Then multiply that number by 2, because that's roughly what it'll do to your perceived debt load when it hits your credit report. If that number scares you, good. That's your brain finally seeing the real picture instead of the $50 per month illusion. Defense 5, and this is for the future. Audit your AI agents monthly. If you've authorized an AI to make purchases, set a calendar reminder to review what it bought. Every microtransaction, every optimization. Because these agents learn from your behavior. And if you don't audit them, they'll learn your worst habits and automate them. Look, this channel exists for one reason: to help you make informed decisions in a world designed to exploit uninformed ones. Every week, we reverse engineer the financial systems, products, and tactics that separate you from your money. Not to scare you, but to arm you. Here's my promise. If you subscribe to Financial IQ, you'll never look at a convenient payment option the same way again. You'll see the architecture, the manipulation, the hidden costs, and when you see it, you can choose. Real choice, not the engineered choice they want you to make. So here's what I want you to do. Hit subscribe, not because I asked nicely, but because the financial system is getting smarter, faster, and more sophisticated every day. And your best defense is information. Second, share this video with someone who uses Buy Now, Pay Later. Someone who has Apple Pay enabled. Someone who thinks their spending decisions are their own. Because chances are, they're being hacked too. They just don't know it yet. Leave a comment. Tell me, what's the last thing you bought that you know was an impulse decision? And be honest, did you use a payment plan to justify it? I'll go first. Last month, I bought a $400 camera lens on Affirm. Told myself $33 per month is nothing. Paid $467 total. That's a 16% stupidity tax. Your turn. No judgment, just awareness. Because you can't fix what you won't admit. Cut the strings. Take back control. See you next week.